So the time of recording is August 23rd. For me personally, school starts in like a week. No, like a week and a half. And obviously we're in the middle of the pandemic at the time of recording this. But this is for future, so like in like a year or whatever, if like America decides to wear a fucking mask, come back to this video. But with college going around, a lot of people are getting more into skateboarding for a form of transportation. Because if you do live on campus, you don't want to drive everywhere, you don't want to walk everywhere. You want to like get there fast, and you want to take a bike because then you have to worry about locks and a bike rack and all that kind of stuff. And with a skateboard, you can just pick it up and go to class, and that's it. And there's a lot of people who don't really know what they're doing in that kind of like realm. So that's what I'm here to talk about. I personally have been skating for 4 years. I'm not that good. I'm not like Tony Hawk or like John Hill or anything like that. I'm just a commuter. I use my board to commute, and that's it. So I'm going to talk about what the best board you can get and what shoes you should get, because shoes do matter when you're skateboarding. So let's just hop into it right now. So when you are buying a board, you'll find out there are 4 basic types of boards. You got the longboard, you got the street deck, you got the penny board, nickel board, and we got the cruiser board. I'm going to talk about them from the worst to the best in my opinion for commuting only. It's not about tricks or anything. This is my quick opinion. And we're going to try to get through this in less than 5 minutes. So when you're first buying a skateboard, it's going to be tempting to just buy a traditional street deck. And for doing tricks, if that's your main goal, that would be fantastic. Street decks are definitely the plan. But there's one thing that really holds us back from being a really good commuter board, and that is these wheels. These are really small and really hard. And if you don't know nothing about skateboarding, it's just these take a lot of energy to push, and one crack, one pebble. If you're on campuses love having those little like brick roads or whatever, they will destroy you on these wheels. So if you are buying a commuter board, definitely don't go for a street deck. But if you are trying to do tricks, this is perfect for you. It's just these wheels. These wheels will just eat you up. Another thing that's going to be really tempting to get is a penny board or nickel board. Sheared, because it's the size of it's like really easy to just put under your arm, go to class or whatever. And I personally don't like penny boards because of the size. This is too small for me. Like I'm not a tall person. I'm 5'6", not 5'6". I'm 5'7", 5'8". I'm like average, like 150 pounds. Like, and I don't like penny boards at all because of the size. My knees are like touching, and they just really hurt, and they're really flexy. And I just don't like penny boards in general. They're not a good beginner board because you have no room to put your feet. And I just don't like penny boards, but if you do like penny boards, yell at me in the comments. That's what usually happens when I say anything online. So coming in second to top, we have the longboard. This sounds like, in concept, sounds like a perfect commuter board. It's long, it's comfy, it's fast, it's easy to learn. It's really great to learn on. This just sounds like a really great board, but there are a few things in my opinion that's holding this back from being the perfect board for my personal board. Thing one is there's no kicktail at all, so you can't really go off of like curbs or kick turn, which is really important on some campuses. And 2, it's just the size of it is both 1 a really good thing and 2 a really bad thing. Like it's really comfy, but when you're walking to class, you have an extra like 42 inches just hang out in front of you or whatever, and it is a lot heavier because there's more stuff on it. But longboards are definitely one of my favorite boards ever to skate. If I'm just trying to cruise, because you just won't push and you just go you just go forever. In my personal opinion, the best board to get for commuters is a cruiser board. And the thing that differentiates, I don't think that's the word, this from a traditional street deck is the wheels. This is actually a traditional street deck. I just slapped these big 60mm 82A OJs on there. These are real old, so they're real junky. And these wheels this is the best combination of both a street deck and a longboard. It has the comfortability of a longboard with these wheels, and it has the maneuverability of a skateboard with the kicktail and with the size of it in general. So definitely, if you are going to be a commuter, you get a cruiser board. I'll leave links to a bunch of cruiser boards, skateboards, longboards down in the description. So if you do want to get into commuting, skateboarding, I'll leave those down in the description so you can take your own little guess. Alright, I forgot about this in the video, but if you are buying a skateboard, you're not using one of the links down in the description, shop local. Go to your local skate shop. Just go to Apple Maps, type in skate shop or whatever, and go support them. Definitely, because that's definitely the best option, because you're supporting the community and you're supporting the skate scene, and that's what we like to see. So definitely shop local. Don't go to Zoomies unless you absolutely need to. And yeah, I guess that's this PSA. So something you don't really see in a lot of how to skateboarding videos is the shoe selection. And that honestly makes or breaks your skating game. So I'm gonna talk about 3 shoes you don't really want to skate, and I'll talk about some shoes you do want to skate. First shoe you don't want to skate is athletic shoes. These are just not built for skateboarding. The sole does not offer you the right kind of grip you need on a skateboard. This fly knit on my athletic shoes, I don't run. This fly net does not hold up at all to skateboarding, and they're just a lot, just like how squishy they are, like that doesn't help give you any ankle support, and I would just never skate in athletic shoes, like ever. Another shoe you don't want to skate in are boots, whether it be hiking boots, like fashion boots like these, Chelsea boots, whatever. There are high top skate shoes, but like in my opinion, I just would never skate boots. 1, because of this weird grip traction thingy. 2, because they're heavier than regular skate shoes or whatever. And if you do want to skate boots, there are skate boots out there. I know Nike makes a pair of Chelsea boot looking things. I think Globe makes a pair of skate boots, but in general, just don't skate boots. And 3rd, this might come as a surprise, but like high fashion shoes. Like skateboarding tears up your shoes so much. These aren't that high fashion. These are like $100. They're just standard white Air Force Ones. But like if you are a sneakerhead, obviously don't be skating your off-white Jordans or whatever, because you will ruin them. I personally have not skated my Air Force Ones. I want to keep these clean for a little bit. I want to wear them a couple of fits when I go to school or whatever. But I just would never skate high fashion shoes. So some shoes you do want to skate are skate shoes, obviously. Obviously Vans makes a really good skate shoe. When you are buying them, look for the Pro tab right there. It should be an all red tab. If you're going to the physical store, it should be under the Pro section. If you're on the website, just click the little Pro button right there. Vans obviously makes great skate shoes. That's what they're known for. Nike has some great skate shoes. Adidas has some great skate shoes. S has some great skate shoes. And I'll just put a lot of links to really good skate shoes in my opinion down in the description. They're mainly be Nike and Vans because I've skated. My personal favorite skate shoe right now are the Lizzie Armano's slip-ons, because I just really like slip-ons. I really like the look of them. That got this little flip cap right there. So that is quick little overview on gear from shoes to boards. I think it's dark out, but I don't care. I'm gonna go to campus. I'm gonna skate the cruiser board and just generally talk about basics. So pushing, stopping, dropping, turning, kick turning. That was a weird way to lay everything out. I am on my phone because I did not feel like bringing my big boy camera out here. But I'm currently on UC campus. I am down here near Ludlow Hall. Probably my favorite flat ground near me. It's great. There's a little bit inclined, so you don't have to push that hard. But I'm gonna teach you guys the quick 5 basics of skateboarding. So we got starting, stopping, going faster, turning, stream turning, what foot you need to start on. So let's start with that one because that's the beginning of skateboarding, is figure out which stance you are, regular or goofy. So figure out what stance you are, skateboarding wise. The way I figured it out is, like, you know when you have like a slippery floor, whether that be in your kitchen or slip and slide or whatever foot you put forward when you go sliding across that. I put my left foot forward. A lot of people do. It's sort of being like being left-handed or right-handed. It doesn't mean that if you're right-handed, your right foot goes forward or whatever. Most people are left foot forward. That's called regular. But if you are right foot forward, that's called goofy. There's nothing wrong with it. Or a good way to figure that out is to have somebody push you when you're not expecting. Whatever foot you put forward first to catch yourself, that's the foot usually goes forward. You can try it other ways, but that's the way I had to teach people, is gently push them when they're not expecting it. We'll see what foot goes forward first. Pushing is like walking, basically. There's no really other way to put it. It is walking with a skateboard on your foot. So you have one foot here. I like to put mine a little behind the first bolts, covering the second bolts. So I like to put my foot there and have the other foot here. You basically just take a step, like you step forward and you go back, but basically like this motion. And that wasn't oversimplification because I was going slow, but you don't want to use your full foot. You just basically want to use this part of the shoe right here, pressing against the ground. So you just get that real leverage. It's like you're running. You don't run flat-footed, you run with your toes. So you use the toes when you're pushing. And stopping is just like pushing, only you don't push. This is the hardest thing for anybody to get when they're first learning is stopping is foot braking. Because for me, it took me about a week to figure it out. I'm trying to teach somebody else right now, taking her a while to get foot braking down. So don't feel bad if you can't get foot braking down. It is one of the harder skills. I'm gonna show you guys what foot braking is. So you want to drag gently with the heel of your shoe, gently pushing the pressure forward towards your toe to stop. Getting on the board is another thing that a lot of people argue about and how the best way to do it. You could either just start like that, just like one push off, and go like that. You can have it right there in front of you and run and jump on it like that, or you could do the throwdown method, which is the most commonly accepted way to do it and the best way to get speed. It's also one of the more complicated ones because there's a lot of commitment. This is the first committing trick you're probably gonna be doing. So throwing down, you basically drag the tail of your board against the ground and jump onto the board, with your front foot landing near the bolts and your back foot landing where it naturally lands. And for turning, you basically just want to lean your body whichever way when it turns. So if you want to turn left, you lean left, and if you want to turn right, you lean right. It's pretty simple. And so the last thing is kick turning, which is probably one of the second most hardest things to do. I'm going to do it right here because I don't feel like setting up a good place for it. So what basically want to do is take your back foot, put it on the tail, keep your front foot up here near the bolts, and gently press down just so that your front wheel leaves, and just swing your body weight whichever way you want to turn. This is a really good way to make quick turns. I'm sweating my ass off. It's a really good way to make quick turns if you do need a corner, a quick 90. Kick turns, hardest ones to learn, but definitely worth it. I'm so hot, guys. One segment I did forget to film is how to do the board pickup. So basically put your toe on the tail of the board and do a quick flick down with your ankle to pop the board up to your hand, and you just grab it. It looks really hard, but it's honestly just a practice thing. So that's it for the Commuters Guide for Skateboarding. I taught you guys which board you should get, and good shoes, and the basics of stopping, going, turning. If I think of anything else, I will make a follow-up video to this. All of these techniques do also apply to longboards, only there will be some tweaks like longboards that are a lot more forgiving, but also have to try a lot harder to turn longboards. So if you get longboard, just keep that in mind. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do bi-weekly videos, I think, like videos every other week, I think. So yeah, whatever. Do good, stay positive. See you guys in the next video.
My creator was a creation. What innocence breaks generations. Discontinue my